This conference will now be recorded.
(2025) at the Town Hall, 4058 County Road N, Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. You can be present here with us tonight or use GoToMeeting, or there's the whole code down below. We have a quorum present. The meeting was properly posted. I'll call the meeting to order and we will stand for the flag pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks. We'll have the minutes of the last meeting.
Move approval as presented.
I got one change.
You got a change?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was,
Yeah.
when it came in, I'm gonna get it right here for the benefit tractor ride. Applicant Mitch Zagnall
Uh-huh.
says was present. He wasn't. That was actually,
Wasn't who that was?
that was Richard Capro.
Oh. I
Do you
didn't
know how to spell his last name?
Yeah, Kapral.
Okay, I'll change that.
That was the only thing I saw.
Thank you. I did not know that. With that correction, I move approval.
Second. Motion and a second with a correction to the minutes as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Finance report and approval of bills. What is the Safety Lab Plus air quality test from Jefferson Fire?
It's fire department. I don't know.
Huh?
That's the fire department.
Oh, fire department?
They're probably the breathing apparatus or something.
Okay.
You see the last check number has got two numbers transposed. It should be 38070, not 3030870, by the way.
3807.
Yeah, because the other one is 38051.
Move approval of checks 38051 through 30807.
38070.
38051 through 38070.
070.
And EFT payments of $13,664.79.
And there was one voided check that was a duplicate
Oof.
payment for $112.
Voided. And check 37994 was voided. Sorry, missed that.
Second.
Motion by Duplay, second by Fogger, to approve checks number 38051 through 38070 with EFT payments of $13,664.79 and check number 37994 being voided. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And we have our unaudited cash and investment balances of $2,927,183.45, and the building permits on the back.
Move approval of the building permits.
Second?
Who second?
I did.
Oh. Motion by Christie, second by Duplay to approve the May and June building permits as presented. Is there any discussion?
Question, Dane County raise SFR, what would that?
Single family residence.
Sure.
That's it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Public concerns, public's opportunity to speak to the town board about any subject that is not a specific agenda item. Okay, I don't think there's anything. Actually, as long as Marissa is here, I'd like to skip down
I
to
agree.
take care
Let's
of
do that.
the soccer stuff.
Well, thanks,
She sat a long time last time.
but it was so riveting.
Wow.
You were sleeping pretty good.
Per the email that I sent out to the town clerks, we are growing as a club, which is great, but also we're kind of running out of space a little bit. That affects the town less than other areas that we are currently utilizing space for. However, we propose to be able to continue to use Bass Park, American Heritage, and Ravenwood for practices. We may need to utilize Town Hall for practices as well for our U9-10 teams, just because we are fielding more than that, 7 of them, 6 or 7 of them, which is a lot. I mean, it's great, but we're just running out of space a little bit. So if that works for you guys, as well as I'm happy to, once we have our final game schedules for Town Hall, I'll send those out to Kim and she can disperse them as well. I think game schedules start being formulated next week, and then we should have the final by end of the month, early next month.
And how many practices a week in the summertime are you looking at?
Less for the younger ages at the town hall in the summer, or across the board. So there's a couple teams that want to start practicing like mid-August at Ravenwood, as well as for you guys. I think I've just heard Ravenwood for now for mid-August practices. We're working on finalizing our practice plans across the board, hoping to have those finalized by the end of next week. I still have a couple other coaches to hear from. But most likely it'll be come fall when everybody's in full swing of practice. At American Heritage, it'll be both fields out there Monday through Thursday, actually Monday through Thursday, probably around 5 to 7 p.m. roughly. And then at Ravenwood, it'll probably end up being Monday through Friday, same hours. Town Hall, try to limit it just because it's a game field and I don't want to compromise the turf out there as much as I can. We are having similar issues in the older ages, so we have teams practicing out at Bakken as well, and just because we're out of space. But yeah, that's kind of the tentative plan. And once I have the final practice plans, I'll send those out to Kim so she can disperse those to you guys as well.
I'll move approval.
Second?
Motion and a second to approve the use of Bass, Ravenwood, American Heritage, and the town hall for games and practices, as requested by the soccer club.
And including summer training in Ravenwood?
Yes.
Yes.
And that starts, like I said, mid-August.
Are you gonna need to put the porta potties back in for the practices or not?
I think we can probably lobby with coaches that once they start their actual fall season practices, so mid-August, to put them back. And again, those would be the town hall in Ravenwood. or not Town Hall and Ravenwood, Town Hall and American Heritage. I haven't had a request for them at Ravenwood as of yet. I'm happy to come back to another meeting if need be to have one at Ravenwood if that's requested.
Wasn't any issues for this last spring session to
No, they weren't there very long, but
I was gonna
No, they were
say, they were
fine.
there for 2 weeks.
yeah. Yeah, it was fine.
All right, motion and a second, and again, to add the summer practice at Ravenwood. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thanks, everyone.
Good luck.
Thank you for taking care of the field so well.
No problem.
Do you know if the football guys were supposed to be coming tonight, or?
I don't know, I mean, that request was after I was gone for the week and I don't know. Hopefully no.
Somebody-
Right, I forgot, I'm sorry. That's,
Are they,
No, it's just Eric Lang and Nick Archibald. They're the only ones.
okay.
I think it was just her leaving. I talked to one of them. I thought he said he was gonna try to make it, but I also talked to him a week ago, so.
well, we'll see, we'll work around that one for right now.
I don't know who's on today for police.
I don't know, was this a meeting you were gonna ask them if somebody could come and maybe it's tied up? Because we have both.
Well, they were talking about using the park by my house.
No, for police, he was saying. He
Oh,
doesn't know who's on for
Police, I don't know if anybody's on tonight.
No one is on tonight.
Okay. Well, you've got the May and June reports, so I guess
It's fine.
you can just take a look at those.
What's the contract included and then contract only?
Contract only is when our deputies make the contact, and contract included is everything from, including the other,
Sheriffs.
other, beat deputies or whatever.
No.
So not, when other Dane County deputies are in the town and it isn't our contracted deputy that makes the,
So
We
we
have the luxury of having rovers, for lack of a
Yes.
better word, around here, so.
okay.
Frequently, they are
Yeah,
here.
we have multiple right now, so. It's kind of nice.
That's one of the benefits of having our station here.
Exactly.
We have plenty of room and they appreciate it, and so they often work out of that. and
Okay.
it benefits us.
And it's
Significantly.
actually, at least in my opinion, kind of helped us from my perspective, because when the Southeast Precinct moved from the town of Pleasant Springs Town Hall over to Stoughton, it's closer to coming here, than driving all the way to
Sure.
Stoughton in some cases. So if you drive by, there are times when you'll see multiple squads here for whatever reason that don't belong to us. So
Okay.
we're
well,
very
and
blessed.
plus, they always have beat deputies patrolling the different parts of the county that aren't
Right.
necessarily, it's not just when they're out here in our station, it's when they're passing through for their regular patrol.
So they have the same rights as our contracted deputies to do,
They can't enforce our ordinances.
okay.
The town ordinances, but everything else is fair game.
But all traffic laws.
Okay.
And we have 3 or 4 that live in the town too, so that helps.
Yeah.
And frankly, I think it's great when our staff is a little short right now, to see other vehicles there.
Yeah.
Because we know that our staff is short, but nobody else would
It
necessarily
makes
know
it makes us
that.
look busier.
It does. So,
Okay.
Well, now they all do.
yeah.
Oops.
Not very subtle, was it? Sorry.
No problem. If there are any questions on the report, you can let me know later on offline, and I'll certainly grab the answers for you from the deputies. Okay? We'll pass over B for right now. Discuss and consider the RFP for the emergency services study.
This was brought up at the fire commission, and I was totally against it. We just had a survey. What was it, 3 years ago?
Yeah, 22.
And it's like, we're all so stupid, we can't figure out off that plan what to do. Well, the president of the village, she wants to have two, they can mesh together and look at both at the same time and figure out where we really need to go with the services, you know. We didn't pay last time. The village paid the whole thing because we wouldn't pay, if you remember that.
So they don't want to use the one from 3 years ago. They want
I guess they want to use them both.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand it. This guy.
I asked the question, did you get the original copy or did you get my blue lined copy of the proposal?
Just this one, I didn't see the
The
blue.
original.
Oh, okay. On the introduction part of it, the villages makes mention of the 22 study, and they want to review and basically cover what was covered in the 22 study again,
Mhm.
even though we were told at the fire meeting that they weren't going to duplicate the efforts, for lack of a better word. And I don't know what their thought process is. I haven't heard back from the village president to know whether or not they're going to continue forward with what they had written or not. I do know that Deer Grove and the police chief, or correction, the fire chief, sorry, added their comments, which is what you're reading in there. That came from the respective chief. And the idea of reviewing or having an outside entity make a recommendation as to where they feel our departments should be in 5 years or 10 years, I'd be willing to see what, a third party would have to say regarding that. That's something that has not been really talked about much, or other than internally amongst, the boards at the particular committees and stuff. But I just, I personally did not have any issues with them looking at sizes and makeup of the two different departments, 5 or 10 years down the road. One thing that, at least the way I took it, was on the bottom of page 2 where it says facilities in the town of Cottage Grove. To me, they made I put too much emphasis that it's in the town of Cottage Grove. Yes, technically it is, however, the village is across the street. And I'm just thinking, if somebody is looking at this, not knowing the exact makeup or the geographical boundaries between the town and village, you might be thinking, oh, the township, it's out yonder somewhere,
Boondocks.
when it truly is not. And I'd ask that they kind of reword that, just to make it more neutral, I guess, And then on the top of page 3, analyze the current facility improvement plan. Until I actually spoke with EMS chief, I thought that somebody had plans somewhere of a remodel of the building or an addition or something else like that. And no, current facility improvement plan, it was the lighting, the electrical, and the small things that we've been talking about over there for quite a while. The roof, and so on.
Some windows, there's some leakage in that building. There's some leakage,
Yes,
so.
I just heard about that. So I'd asked for, if it was some sort of plan that the chiefs had provided the village as far as, I was thinking facilities. And then, like I said, until I actually spoke with the EMS chief, I learned what I just told you. The other thing is that I hadn't heard of before. It's the public safety impact fee. And
What, on taxes or what?
actually, it's a special assessment that the village is considering assessing new businesses that come in to help pay for whatever, police, fire, EMS. I don't know. I didn't get that detailed of an explanation. I just got that from one of the trustees that it was to be assessed to the business or to new businesses and stuff. And
So what about all the old businesses? They don't get assessed? Jesus,
I'm really curious about how they're gonna do
Ridiculous.
that.
Yeah, I think it's probably done in Madison, I would presume, but I wouldn't think there's many other places that it's going
I
on.
have heard of it before, and it is on new businesses
Yeah.
because the current businesses have already paid for the upgrades to fiber and the lighting that's in the village that's here. And so new businesses coming in will be able to utilize this.
What the old businesses paid for.
have paid for, and that's why it's.
Yeah,
Well, I suppose especially if the new businesses are gonna increase demand significantly to where you need to build a new building or, something big.
Right,
I mean, the main infrastructure is what you're.
right, yes, thank you, Troy.
well, it's probably like a parks fee, when a new area is built, you assess everybody.
So,
You assess them, I should say, right?
And then
Hello, can you hear me?
the last thing or last comment I had added was on, just past halfway point on page 3. There was evaluate service options to include cooperative efforts with new municipal partners as well as service options without partnerships. And then I asked the question about what potential partners are you referring to? Is it fire? Is it EMS? I didn't get any information from fire, but EMS, it's open as far as maybe hooking up with somebody else. I didn't get any specific,
Who would they hook up with?
there's a lot of
That
people.
sounds bad.
What's that?
I said that sounded bad.
Hook up with? Sorry.
Yeah. No, that line is from the first version of the study and wasn't italicized or underlined, so it was just referencing that it was there from the first 2 studies.
Okay. Yeah, because again, Chief, we're kind of behind the 8 ball because of the fact we weren't partnered with that first study. Some of the context, or the contents, I should say, of the first study, we aren't really familiar with or wouldn't have had any prior knowledge on it. And when I got this current one, I got it just that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was, ask you some of the questions after the EMS meeting, just to kind of, figure out.
Yeah, no,
where-
happy to answer them all. Just for general knowledge, the village passed it as written. Some of the, I think the thing to focus on would be the things that are underlined and italicized are what the desired scope of the study is. So facilities and future needs. They're cut and paste from the prior 2 studies to say, hey, this is what we recently studied. Here's the data from those studies. Give a quick look. If there's something that's changed since then, we want to know about it. If not, don't spend any time on it.
You mean the company that would be doing this?
Yes.
Correct.
I think that is the idea, to bring them up to speed with what we currently know. I mean, there's some information here that is the background for people that don't know about like you do. But to let them know that as of 2022, this was the assessment. And I think the other thing, as I've been thinking about this since started reading my packet on Friday, because we have been here, except for Troy. Troy's new, so you're helping us to understand this through new eyes, which I see value in that. But over half of the village board is new since that 2022 study. And so they need to be brought up to speed as well. So it's a way of helping everybody get on the same page. Not that they're redoing it, but just to help everybody get on the same page of others. That's my feeling.
So every time there'd be a new election, we'd have a new study.
Hopefully not.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yes, yes.
Well, Mike, I think the focus of what the study is looking at and why it evolved would be that we've suggested that in 5 years, we'll need to staff a second ambulance in the Cottage Grove area. We don't have the facilities to house that vehicle right now, which would mean we'd have to have an ambulance idling somewhere. If we needed to get like an even quicker move to having a 24-hour ambulance, we have no place to let those staff sleep. So we can't just go from not having anything to snap of fingers and all right, here's your building. We need to know what location might be the best. And there are other people that are better at knowing those answers than us. We could choose something, but it might not be the best. And they want to look at, do the statistics that we look at match not only fire and EMS wise, but get us to the spot where it says in 2031 is the time that we're going to have a satellite station, or maybe a remodel of our current station. Those are all answers that a third-party firm will gather. When you look at the 2022 study, EMS at least has completed all the suggestions of that study. And we're currently trying to evolve within the skin of having 2 paramedic ambulances in Cottage Grove and Deerfield. That said, the study for us is now like, we're done. We need more information, or we need to make more decisions. And sometimes having those expertise behind our decisions are helpful.
But we don't have the expertise in the village or the town to get together and decide these things. Is that what you're saying?
We do and we don't. We have a large knowledge of, or a large base of expertise, but some of these recommendations, like, would you feel comfortable if I came to you and said, all right, Mike, we need $6 million right now to build onto our station so that we can be prepared for 2031. Are you comfortable with signing that check? Or would you rather have an independent third party back up our information?
2031 or 2030, like we do with a new fire truck or whatever.
I think you're arguing with me and backing up my point, Mike.
Yep, sort of. So what you're saying is we need somebody that's gonna go out and get statistics on things that we need to do, which says most of it review, through this whole thing here. And I just,
There's some components of this that will involve Village of Cottage Grove staff and future potential future developments that they know more about than we do. Those potential future developments impact the location or best location of a satellite station, or making the decision if what we have is adequate, our location is adequate. So looking to the future in regard to potential growth is something that we don't have access to. We can only look at our statistics that say generally this is the areas we're having calls at, and that we know the number of our calls and what our curve is for call growth.
so this thing would go out and to 3 or 4 different companies, and then they would come back with a bid.
Correct.
Correct.
It's suggested. It's probably going to go out to more than 3, because not all will reply with a proposal in return. When we did it for the 2022 study, I think we sent out requests to 6 or 8 different companies and got 3 or 4 in return.
So we would approve this, and then we wouldn't know how much we're gonna pay.
Correct. All
You
we're
know what I'm
doing
saying?
is, correct. This RFP would be sent out, whatever came back, and then the boards, I would like to see both boards get together collectively and figure out, are we gonna go with column A, column B, column C, column D, or whatever, and then determine who we're gonna go with. I don't mind personally, having another study if the main focus of it is stuff we do not know now versus a rehash of the
Correct,
2022.
I agree with you.
Right.
I don't necessarily care if they want to review some of the information that's there, but I don't want to see a study of a study. I want to see a study of,
Based on.
again, the stuff we don't know. And the village president, as far as cost sharing goes, both the EMS commission president as well as the village president had said that cost sharing would be by the same formula that we do everything else nowadays.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't be a 50-50 split kind of thing.
Would be like a 62-38 or whatever.
Who knows? By the time it comes back, it could change, or probably would change.
Yeah, I'd have to say it would have to use the fire formula because our formula factors in other things and has Deerfield in it. And remember that you're approving the scope or RFP to get proposals back for a study in 2026 using 2026 funds.
Correct.
Just a couple of little housekeeping things. They meant into the governance section. They say EMS Commission and Fire Committee. The fire is a commission now too.
Thank you.
So that, not very major, but just a little something. And then I see the only town contact that they're submitting to is Steve. I'm sure you'll share with me, but I don't know if you want me on that list too.
I put you on that list. I was
On what-
going to. I was
what's that?
going on the list on the back page.
Oh, I already, on my stuff that I sent off, I added you. Too bad again.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was on the copy that I sent back.
Okay, I had one other thing. You pointed it out, Steve, but I plugged it in my copy. Evaluate the current EMS and fire facility in the town of Cottage Grove at the south border of the village of Cottage Grove. including site location, bottom of page 2. And since I'm wordsmithing, on page 3, the very bottom line, outline describe the proposed methodology your firm plans to use to accomplish the study scope objectives. Remove the word studying.
Christie, what did you read there on the second page?
At the very bottom,
Yeah,
bottom bullet point.
did you add more than what's,
Yes, I
There?
added the words at the south border of the village.
you added that?
I put that in
No,
because that's where it is, you know, as you're
It's
saying.
at the north border.
north border.
It is the south border of the village, yes, sorry.
What, south, we're
North.
right on the south border of the
Right.
village right here.
Right.
And that's
You're
what-
talking about the north to build something new.
No.
He's just talking about the location of that building. That's what she's referring to.
Oh, okay.
Because as Steve already said, saying it's in the town of Cottage Grove, I picture it out in the middle,
A
Up there.
cornfield somewhere.
but it really isn't. It's right next to the speed limit for the village.
Yeah,
and the
that's right.
sign for the village. And so I'm trying to call attention to that.
I wouldn't be sitting here saying that we should do this unless we know what the costs are. I don't know.
We would have to agree to the RFP in order, you know, this is kind of like step one.
We
We're
have to
not,
go forward with this only.
correct, yes, yeah. Correct,
I got no
And-
problem
and-
with that.
and I just, is that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Fonger, second by Williams to forward the RFP for the future of the Deer Grove EMS and Cottage Grove Fire study with our suggested language changes. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Is the chief still on there?
Both of them are.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, as long as you go for it, I'll go for it.
I'll be here till 2031 at least when this new facility opens. So we can both celebrate and
Oh, God.
crack a champagne over the front bumper of an ambulance and whatnot.
My brain will be gone by then.
Thank you for approving.
You bet. Next item, discuss and consider quote from Associated Appraisal Consultants and/or reconsider our July 7th motion not to go out for bid for the assessor in 2026. If who has to make a motion to reconsider? It'd be,
Reconsider?
Well, I think anybody can, but I'm not sure about that. to tell
It
you the
was
truth.
Founder and Andrews.
So if you wanted to take the original makers of the motion, that probably would be the surest bet.
okay.
Mhm.
No,
That would be on minutes for the last meeting.
It was Fonger and Duplay that wanted to get a renewal price from Associated Appraisal rather than going out for bid.
That did want to or did not?
That wanted to just get a renewal price from Associated Appraisal rather
Okay.
than going out for bid. So if you want to reconsider that, maybe you should probably have that motion first and then talk about this.
Okay.
So I can't make it. So I'd like to make the motion.
You don't? Did you see what they're gonna charge us for next year? $26,000?
Compared to what we're paying right now?
10,000.
25,000 for next year and we paid 10,000 this year.
Is that because of reval or something, or
Not a revale, that's maintenance.
holy moly?
I thought that we have to go out for bid for anything that's 25,000.
Well, that's only if it's capital improvements. not for services.
Okay.
So for 2025, it's $10,000.
Yes.
Next year, it'd be 25,000.
Here's, I looked at the different towns that they work for in Dane County, and I tried to pick a few that are similar in parcel count and equalized value. And I contacted them to see what they're paying. And so the one that kind of stands out is the town of Burke, because they have a lot less parcels than we do, but they're pretty similar in equalized value. And they are in the same situation where they paid more this year. They paid 18.5 this year, and they got a new 5-year contract that jumps up to 23 with $1,000 increase a year. And she's a little shocked too. Because she just emailed me the other day because she hadn't looked at the new contract yet, and she was a little shocked and was going to ask them why. I think I forwarded to you guys the email that he answered about why it's so much more. But anyway, it
And what
looks,
was the top reason why it's worth so much more than people around us?
well, I mean, it's not really apples to apples because, I mean, the only other one that's in the same boat we are, where they're getting a new contract, their contract is expiring and they're starting over, is Burke. And they're pretty similar, considering the fact that we have 2,900 parcels and they have 1,900 parcels. So they're a little bit less than we are, but their equalized value is pretty similar.
They were high already,
They were a little
way
higher.
over us, you
Yep,
know?
they were a little higher than us already. Yeah, so I
Is that
guess
because you said they're in the process like we are?
they're kind of at the same point we are at. This is the last year of a contract, a 3-year contract, and now they're looking at a new 5-year. And there's a big jump the
Yeah.
first year, just like we're looking at.
Or they feel they really have been doing it pretty cheap for us, basically.
It looks like, you know, our prior contract, was, yeah.
But look at Springfield's.
They did $100,000 reval this year, and then yeah, they're still low, but they must, you know, I don't know if that's a 3-year or a 5-year
And
contract.
they're charging the same for 2 years in a row. And then only going up by $500
Yeah.
on the 3rd year.
What was that?
These different companies,
No, these are all
all the same,
associated.
right?
What is
Yeah,
it?
What was their value? Is it similar to
The
ours?
value is not that much different. We have
No.
720 million, they have 765.
65. So they have higher valuation.
1,800 parcels, we have 2,900.
So why would they be?
I mean, I don't know, who
You
knows
don't
what
really
these
know,
numbers
you know.
mean, because everybody has different contracts that were signed in different years, and, they're all offset with each other, and so I just wanted to get some numbers, to get some idea, and
So Bristol's got 2 more years left.
Bristol has 2 more years, no, 1 more year,
Okay.
1 more year,
1 more year.
yeah.
And Bristol also uses Associated Appraisal.
Yes. These are all these numbers are Associated Appraisal.
Okay.
And all of these towns on this list are Associated Appraisal. I didn't contact all of them because most of them are much smaller.
Smaller, lot
in-
smaller.
In equalized value, so.
But Bristol would probably shoot up too, in 2 years.
That's, when I talked to her, she was like, oh boy, I wonder what we're gonna be at then. Yeah, probably, based on that email response that we got when I questioned that jump, you saw that, right?
I guess I didn't. But I'll go home and put on my new computer and take a look.
This is the reason I would like us to get it. Because
No.
I look at that huge jump and it's like, hello.
I mean, if it was a reval year, if we were gonna do a reval, I might be better understanding, the big jump, but seeing we're just going maintenance. And
They get a sharper pencil.
Pardon?
They might get a sharper pencil.
Right. That's what I'm hoping.
Who else would we go out to?
That's my issue. Where else are we gonna find somebody that we're,
Well, I mean, you go back to that list we talked about last time and, you know, you'll probably advertise it. So any assessors that are watching the paper or whatever, and I don't know if you wanted to specifically send it to certain ones.
I guess we could go back to them and say due to the high price,
yeah,
between from 10,000 to 26,000, we are gonna put it out for bid.
Here's the answer that I got. Sorry, Kim, but it is unavoidable. The software, labor, insurance, et cetera, significantly higher over the past 5 years and in an industry that not many people are flocking to be employed in. That was why he said the increase.
sounds like he knows that we don't have a much better option available.
Where is Associated based out of?
Green or Appleton or something in it.
Appleton, or,
Fox Valley area.
yeah,
Same thing as Accurate.
well, pretty
It's
much.
Greenville, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
920 zip code, area code.
Well, so I guess the first thing, you know, you probably should, if you want to go ahead, you should probably have a motion to reconsider that last motion and then vote on whether you want to actually go out for bid or not.
I move we reconsider.
Second,
Motion by Duplain, second by Fonger to reconsider the town board action of
July 7th.
July 7th regarding Associated Appraisals contract.
Well, the decision to ask them for a price and not go out for bid at
Correct.
this time.
Thank you. And is there any discussion?
We asking Associated to go sharpen their pencil?
Yes,
Well, they'll be one of the bidders
One
we'll
of
be
the
asking
bidders.
for if you go out for bid,
Inaccurate.
whichever ones you pick,
Okay.
and whoever else might find it.
Because I'm just looking, we have Associates right now in their bid.
Right.
Tell them go back and sharpen.
Well, if they want to bid based on our RFP, they can certainly do that.
I mean, they could come back with the same information, but
Sure.
they know we're not happy.
I think that's the more important issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
That they know we're not happy. And so for the $15,000 increase.
Did any of the other services increase too? Just the maintenance went up.
What do you mean, other services?
Well, it says,
reval, you mean, or?
yeah,
Well,
No.
a reval is a reval.
Totally
You're gonna
different.
get
Totally.
quoted on that. I
No
mean,
matter what.
okay.
yeah.
Right.
That's,
What was that first part you said was because of what went up?
the email said unavoidable with software, labor, insurance, et cetera, significantly higher over the past 5 years.
Well, it's like anybody.
And
You know,
the fact
geez.
that it's harder to find somebody to
Yeah.
go in the appraisal business.
That's true. We don't want to get
Gotta
the
be a
state
thankless
involved,
job.
that's for sure.
Right.
The state,
Gotta be
Don't
a
want that
thankless
one.
job.
True. True.
Like
So, I
rank
mean-
it right up there to building inspector.
There's a bazillion, you had, I think you had, at one point I emailed you the full list of all the assessors that
Yes.
work in the
Right.
state, and that's on the state's website. And then I kind of boiled it down and counted how many are in Dane County. In each of those, that's what I gave you in your last packet. But so just looking at, I just pulled that up again. And I can share, I guess I should just share that again. There. So there were 254 total in the state that are Associated Appraisal, 26 in Dane County. Accurate had 123 in the state, 22 in Dane County. The next one is Equity with 20 in the state, 4 in Dane County. And then this Bruce Gardner Appraisals, 84 in the state, 2 in Dane County, and the rest are, and then others are Catalyst, Chimney Rock, Paul Musser, Chris Leitz, Michelle Drea, and Peter something or other. They each have 1, but some of those might be working for the municipalities too. You know, they might have their own assessor. So,
No, we want to go with somebody, of course, some of those may be way up north, actually, right?
yeah, I mean,
If they
the
don't
ones
have
I named
anything.
are doing at least one in Dane County. But like, I mean, the locations, Accurate is in Menasha, Equity is in Madison, Bruce Gardner is in Platteville, Catalyst is in Menominee Falls, Chimney Rock, Waterloo, a couple more in Madison, and one in Sun Prairie, but he only does one, so he probably is employed by Sun Prairie.
Would be nice to have somebody in the Madison area. Actually,
Yeah, we'll see.
they've got a pretty good amount of customers, right? The one that is in Madison.
The only one that is in Madison that I think that works for more than one municipality, so probably isn't employed by one, is Equity. They have 20 in the state and 4 in Dane County.
Well, there's something to try, you know. What the heck?
So the top 3 are Associated, Accurate, and Equity.
Why don't we go with those 3?
And then this Bruce Gardner and Catalyst are the next biggest, and then it falls off quite a bit after that.
Well, then those 4. And at least we know, I'd hate to have somebody that's got 1 or 2 that be advertised coming here.
I just want to caution everybody, we had, not Associated, but who's the second one?
Accurate.
Accurate once before. And we weren't very happy with them.
Well, they're still in business. They must have taken their complaints and fixed them, I would
Well,
presume.
I guess with that, then it would mean some extensive reference checks, although we all know what good those do, because nobody wants to say anything
No one
bad.
wants to say bad news.
So I can tell you from personal experience, that Deerfield's doing some revals now. I shouldn't say revals, they're doing some reassess. Both my properties got hit in Deerfield, and it's quite extensive. And I wanted to do an open book, and I'm supposed to be able to go online and set up my appointment. Wouldn't let me do it. And I
What
called,
company is that?
that was
Accurate,
Accurate.
yeah.
No,
So it goes right back to what Mike was saying,
Mhm.
they gotta have a clean act. We don't wanna,
Yeah, we don't want to go from bad to worse,
right.
just to say.
Well, and I wouldn't call Associated bad. We've
No,
had
I'm
good-
not, I'm
we've had good
not
service
saying
with
that
them,
they're bad,
But yeah,
but that's why we went to
we had Associated
Associated before.
for years and years and years, and then we went to with Accurate for 1 3-year contract, and then we went back to Associated.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe just part of due diligence, we'll do a check.
I don't know. We did a reval with Accurate. No, we didn't do a reval with Accurate. We did a reval in 09. That was Associate. Then we had 3 years of maintenance with Accurate, and then we went back with Associated, and we didn't have a reval until 21. So we never had a reval with them. But I know some people in the town of Deerfield that had a reval last year. Is yours in the town or the village?
Mine's in the village.
Okay, town had one last year or 2 years ago, and there were some issues, but also you're talking to residents, they always have issues with revals, so
Yeah,
there's that too.
the Linda Gardner, does she ring a bell? Gardner Appraisal?
There's Bruce Gardner appraisal, he's out of Platteville.
Yeah, there was an appraisal out of Lake Mills, I believe it was. It was Gardner Appraisal. They were doing Deerfield for a long time.
Oh,
And after the last time, which was a full reval, and I think that was maybe, might have been 19 or something, where I really blew some people's stacks. And they actually sent my card that I was supposed to get certified mail to, rather than Cottage Grove, they sent it to Deerfield. So I never got it. She says, no, we sent it to you. And I looked at it, I said, it's the wrong address. So they came and looked at one of the properties and just knocked it down one for me. But yeah, there was a lot of problems there. So that's probably why they went with Accurate.
but in the last 3 years or so, everything has gone up like a rocket.
It has.
It's just stabilizing right now.
I
Do
mean,
you
it's
want-
not an extensive RFP to write, you know, it's really just telling them the facts of what we have. The one we used last time pretty much just gave the parcel count, the, you know, current
That's
equalized
kind of
value.
like the ads I've seen in the Wisconsin
Very,
Towns Association,
it's a-
looking for an assessor
it's a
to
ve-
blah, 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 you
it's-
know,
It's very
basically.
simple, it's just then, you know, and then you just have to honestly evaluate what you get, I guess.
Should we like shoot for the top four?
Top 4, top 5, I'm not.
What was the fifth one?
1, 2, 3, 4. So Associated Equity, Bruce Gardner, and Catalyst. Catalyst only has one in Dane County,
What do they have total?
95.
Oh,
They're out of
that's-
Menominee.
That's okay, then go with 5.
They're out of Menominee Falls.
Try 5.
So I guess we can mail it to those top 5 and then we'll advertise it. And if anybody else happens to notice it, obviously,
Mhm.
they'll, you know. Last time I know we had some individuals, you know, that took a lot of time.
Rather interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a lot of time to listen to, so I don't know if maybe if we get something like that, if you're gonna wanna have some little committee decide which ones you're gonna actually interview, or maybe the board just looks at them first and says, we want presentations from these 3.
I think that would be the ideal situation.
Okay. So when do you want, we'll just do an RFP with those 5. Well, first of all, okay, so did you ever vote on that motion?
No, we have
No.
not.
I'll make that motion.
No, you already did. We have a
Oh, I
motion in a
did.
second.
Motion.
I said 4, I think, though.
But no vote.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
okay.
We didn't have the.
We already did that.
We didn't have the number in it, did
All
we?
those in favor of the motion
To reconsider.
to reconsider previous action of July 7th, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same side. Motion carried.
So then, if you want to go forward with an RFP, just, if you want us to do an RFP, send it to those 5, advertise it in the paper.
Yep.
And post it probably.
It's gonna cost us money anyway.
No, I know.
So
And that
it's
it'll
just,
be pretty, I mean, no, they're not cheap. Ads in the paper are never cheap anymore, but like I said, this is a pretty minimal RFP. And all you're gonna say is a complete RFP is available.
yeah,
Anyway, but then when do you want those proposals to be in by?
Let's see, we're in middle of. Are these
July.
21st of July. When would it get in the paper for an ad?
I did it right away tomorrow, sometime next week, probably.
So Monday's the 28th.
by the second meeting in August?
Okay,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds good.
That'd be the 18th of August. So by the 15th of August, or
Yeah, so we'd have it on our.
By the
you know,
15th, so we
what day,
can,
what day of the week is the 15th?
Friday.
Friday.
Closed on Friday.
You're right. Let's have it
Can we do it the Wednesday?
Wednesday or Tuesday, the 12th or 13th.
I'll do the 13th.
Okay, 13th is a Wednesday.
Yeah, then that gives us time to get it put together in the packets for Thursday. And then you can put those on the agenda, look at them and decide who you want to have
Right.
present.
Sounds
Who will
good.
interview for,
Well, yeah, which ones you want to actually come and make a presentation to the board.
I would make that motion to go out for bid, having, as Kim has said, sending letters to 5 and posting it and advertising it due the 13th of August to be on the 18th agenda.
second,
Motion by Christie, second by Duplay, to send out letters to the top 5 and post the ad for bids
In
for
the
assessor to be available to us on the 18th of August at our meeting. Is that a good paraphrase?
Perfect.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I,
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Next item, revisit the prior discussion and action regarding the town board representative for the Cottage Grove Chamber of Commerce.
The only reason why I wanted this to be rebrought was this was made in June of 2023. And I wasn't aware that we were making this motion to be included in the committee appointments in this year. And they won't let me go to a meeting,
Who won't?
the Cottage Grove Chamber of Commerce.
I thought anybody could go.
No, you have to pay a membership fee.
No.
And that's why I thought it would be more fair if Christie and I split it. And I told them that, and they said, well, that has to come from a request from your board to split the membership. So that's why I want this brought up again. So that's my only reason. It's not that I have any problems with Christie. She does a great job. I wanted to go to that last EMS meeting. They wouldn't let me go. So, take it for what you will.
I like the continuity of having a single individual, attend the meeting. I like the idea of having somebody available to go in the event that our primary member, if you will, is unable to go. And I personally am content with what we decided back, God, it's been 2 years ago. As far as just having a primary member, so to speak.
I think we could consider another person an alternate rather than secondary,
I know, but they wouldn't let me go to that meeting.
I said alternate in case she can't go. That there would be no question at all.
I know, and I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
And I let her go. I mean, but at the same time, there's some meetings I would like to go to. And they said without a request from our board, they would not honor it.
Well, we can make a request that he can go to meetings he wants to go to. But she's our
I
voting
don't-
member or whatever.
No one votes there for anything.
Yeah.
There is a fee for each meeting. It's included in the membership. And I think to have more than one person attend, we would need to pay the additional fee.
How much is
I
it?
did not know that.
Well, they have lunch and everything, so I'm sure there's.
Normally
expense.
somebody sponsors a lunch.
How much is a membership?
What do we pay?
Like $100 or something.
Or 150?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it's right around 150
Per year?
per year.
I mean, do you have, I mean, could you join that, if you're interested in the chamber, could you not join as your own membership? Without, if you don't, if the town is already represented,
Suppose.
Again, I can send correspondence to the chamber that in the event that Christie is unable to attend, that they allow you,
But they know
As the
that. They know that.
I'll reach out to them
I
and,
think they do know that.
I'm sorry?
I think they do know that. I think that's what we told them after that last discussion. But anyway.
and do they need correspondence from me saying I'll be nice, that Mike has my permission to attend? I
I think
I don't know how.
I think we've already done that. They wanted to know who's the representative. and
Who
we
the
said,
primary is.
It's Christie
Okay.
Williams, and if she can't attend, Mike Duplay will.
I know Linda and I can go. You know, we're only one member.
Yeah, but you're married.
Oh, really? I'm gonna stay married. Watch it, Mike. This time. Why don't you do that, Steve? Just, we don't have to make a
I'll try
decision.
and clarify things to,
Tell them I won't eat.
and here's the other thing too. If there is something that you truly just, I gotta be there for, say, call Christie. Hey, Christie, can I substitute for you today? Kind of thing. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, I know, but I mean, here it was an EMS thing. I'm sure she wanted to be there. The same way I wanted to be there.
are they broadcast at all? They live?
Nope.
No. they're not.
I didn't want to be there.
Well, can I go for you then?
No, we get most of the information right here for EMS, you know. And so many of those people are not from Cottage Grove.
I know it.
So when they're talking to the whole group, you got 60% that could care less, you know.
They're from
Or it's,
Sun Prairie and
Yeah.
all the
I
other
don't quite understand that, but
surrounding communities.
yeah,
A lot of them are from Madison.
it's all about the bucks.
Yep.
Okay, do that.
I'll see what I can find out and I'll
Tell them
report
I-
back.
Tell
at the
them I
next-
won't eat.
I'm sorry?
Tell them I won't eat.
Okay. And,
You'll sneak in at the
I'll-
end.
okay,
Depends
here's
on how much
a
is
question
left.
for all of you. Do you want me to communicate back at our next board meeting what I found out? Do you want me to communicate directly with Mike?
Yeah. See what
It's up
Mike-
to you guys,
Whatever.
Christie's
'cause I
a
don't
rep,
wanna,
if we can get him in for 20% of the price or something. And she can, when she's not here, she sends him and blah, blah, blah.
we'll see what they say.
Do you want to add that appointment to your committee appointments that you make each spring so that it's talked
Yep.
about once a year?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Still got item B left.
next item. Public Works.
Cedar Knolls, Meadow Grove. Or you want to wait till the very?
I don't
end?
think they're gonna show up.
Oh,
Is there a problem with it at all, or? I think we've done it in the past, right?
Right.
Well, we haven't let them keep a truck there, have we? Or a trailer? We have.
At Cedar Knolls we have.
Last 2
seasons, yeah.
Did we approve that, or they just did it, or?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. Yeah, I got
I
no
don't have a
problem with it.
with it.
Yeah, they've been using Cedar Knolls since my kids were little, so it's been a while now.
I thought there was a chance that they were looking to use,
Meadow Grove,
Meadow Grove?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
is that on there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
it
the
is.
se-
Let's see,
that's
Cedar Knolls.
it's all the same. Item B has 2 bullet points under it. And then there's 2 separate
Two separate ones.
requests.
Oh, okay, I got
It's
it.
2 separate coaches, I think. So Meadow Grove would be new, right?
Yeah, it's 5th grade.
5th
They're
grade.
gonna separate the practices. So they got so many kids now, they don't want them all at the same location, so 5th and 6th are gonna separate. So that's the
Isn't this
whole
just
reason.
Which is probably good.
Didn't they just have the opposite problem? They didn't have enough kids?
Well, they must be doing a pretty
I
good
think
job.
so.
That's Madison that doesn't have enough kids to play football.
Yeah, La Follette.
Right.
That'll keep the parking better also.
Less, yeah. You only have
Right.
1 grade versus
Yeah.
2. Cedar Knolls will even get better than it was last year, which I don't think it was a problem, but I never heard anything.
So if they go to Meadow Grove, 4 to 6 before school starts and 4:30 to 6:30 after school
4
starts.
to 6 before school starts?
So, well, That's what I thought. But once school is in session, so it'll be 4 to 6 before PM, before school starts, and then once
Oh.
school starts, it'll be 4:30 to 6:30.
Not AM,
Yeah.
PM.
That's what I
No.
was.
before
Right.
school's back in session.
Yeah, but, then do you want to say anything about Ludwig Park?
I told
Crazy parents.
Parkside only.
So they need to have a motion
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, you guys, I talked to that coach the week he sent that or whatever. And I said that we were kind of requesting that they Parkside only.
Is that for both parks or?
Yeah, Cedar Knolls, it's not as big a deal because there's not,
There's not a lot of traffic over there.
yeah, and there's the house across the road is that one that's the kind of a commercial space now, so.
I make the motion, we approve, including the back parking only on one side or on the park side at Cedar Knoll,
At
Mm,
Meadow.
Meadow
or
Grove.
Meadow Grove, at Meadow Grove.
Second. And allow the trailer to be,
Yeah,
Trailer is only at Cedar Knolls, right?
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they ask for one at Meadow Grove?
No,
No,
No.
just Cedar Knoll.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be just Cedar Knolls then.
Is that our assistant clerk's husband?
Yes.
Yeah, Mike, yeah.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Fonger, second by Christie to approve the use of Cedar Knolls and Meadow Grove Parks for football practice for the MG youth football teams. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Pose same sign, motion carried. Now, Dan.
Right of way permits, we haven't had any since the last meeting. That I know of. Public works activities, mainly mowing. We've been mowing a lot. I can't keep up on ditches, it seems like.
Were you out today?
Yeah,
Ditch one? I
Yeah.
thought so.
I've been out as much as I can. And then, chip seal started today. They started on Vilas, south of 12 and 18, and I think they came north a little bit. I don't think did they get over here done yet? Oh, they did that too?
Mhm.
All the way to Coffee Town?
I saw the trucks parked at Coffee Town and
They were
Vilas.
parked, yeah.
Okay, because when I
Tonight.
left, they had just crossed 12 and 18, and we're kind of thinking about starting that section. But they must be gonna do this in the morning then.
They did some of it. They did it from Bass to,
Like Gladeview or so?
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
okay. Yeah, they were gonna do as much as oil as they had here. Okay, yeah, so that's a good start. So they'll get out of here. They'll be done tomorrow then. Cause all they have left is to finish that,
Wow.
Damascus and Vilas Hope. So,
Did they put out a update notice last week of anything?
no, cause I didn't know until this morning.
So,
That's what I texted Jen about this morning
oh,
and I got a response, so.
okay.
But our last notice was the 21st
It
and what's
was,
today,
okay,
Mhm.
okay.
so
All right.
we're done good. The pavers have not come yet. They're potentially the week of the 28th and that's what we put out. So,
July 28th?
yeah. Yeah. And then you guys saw the gates and the computer we got up. What else did we do last week? I think I'm missing something from last week. Well, trees, storm damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, more. Hopefully that slows down soon. We got other stuff to do. We gotta get trimming trees again. But yeah, that's all I got.
I have one question kind of sort of related. Was there any plans of getting the park committee together, just out of curiosity? Already made any?
Usually the town chair calls one meeting a year for the budget. Sometimes we've done, if there's been something else to talk about, we've done one earlier, but we're kind of past that point now. So we can start looking for a date in August or September for the Parks Committee to make recommendations for the 26 budget if you want.
Does park signage fall under the purview of the Parks Committee, or is that town board,
Yeah,
highway department?
that'd be I was looking at that what Kim sent to me. I was thinking about that for Parks Committee meeting too. I figured we'd have one in August, so, because we always do.
So I should start looking for dates for that.
Yeah, because to set our budget before October gets here.
Okay,
I just noticed a couple of the old routed rustic park signs are,
well, there was something for what the
One
money
over
would
by
be
you
for
is a
that,
little
right?
bit crooked.
What's that?
Wasn't there something to get money for that?
There was a company that had discounted deals or
Oh,
whatever,
that's what it
but
was, okay.
yeah, I see that the village, I was going around looking at all theirs, they order theirs to the same company that we get all the playground stuff from. So I don't know what they cost, but we can talk to Sean at the village too to see if they get a deal on those or what.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to read that email again. It's been a while. I've kind of busy doing other stuff.
anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Clerk treasurer's update. How was your vacation?
Good. Kind of out of touch. I was out of the office until this afternoon, so,
Oh, good. You got away.
you know.
All right. Board reports and communications.
Well, we got emergency government on Wednesday, and we got Matt Wagner, Lieutenant Wagner coming.
Is he
About,
gonna come or?
just-
was it-
yeah, I've already talked to him.
Okay.
And we're gonna discuss if it's feasible. And I don't think they even have meetings, to be quite frank about it. So
Oh, the villages,
Yeah.
emergency government, oh,
he sort of laughed when I said he was in charge of emergency government. He sort of laughed a little bit.
okay.
I know they don't do hardly anything at all, nothing. But it was a logical thing to do.
I agree.
Through the years,
100%.
it was foolish for them to pull out in the first place. But just to see if it's feasible, that's the only thing.
Hey, it's a start, you
The
know.
village would have to go through 28 committees and, if we ever decide this, I'm sure it's not gonna be just overnight they'll send it to whoever but that's okay.
It's
No hurry.
Baby steps, right?
Yeah.
EMS meeting?
Couple things. The service continues to be ahead of last year in the number of calls, 9% ahead. The new ambulance is getting its wrap now, I think.
Yeah, it's supposed to arrive back here. But last week, Thursday, it was en route somewhere
Yes.
between the East Coast and Wisconsin.
And so it was getting wrapped. They were looking at work on others and returning the one that's being borrowed now once that is back. We are meeting as a negotiating committee this Thursday and meeting with them a week from tomorrow. We have received what the union wants.
How
So,
would that look?
okay. And so we'll go from there, tell you more about it. The negotiating committee is Paula Severson from the village, Carrie Hewitt from the village of Deerfield, and yours truly. So. Then I wanted to report on one other thing, if that's okay. I did go to the open house at the Dane County Waste and Renewables because it's right on our doorstep. I think that it's something I'm interested in, and I have two things to share. One is this: waste is not waste until you waste it. They invited people coming to bring something to have this stenciled on it. And I think it's kind of a good message. So I brought this from home and have it done. And then they had several exhibits. You could, take a tour up of the big pile, which I've done already. But this is a chance for anyone to vote on the needs and what they expect and want from the sustainability canvas. I took a picture of it, I voted. And it's a really big board, bigger than this board behind me. And you take yarn, where you're from and what you want to see on there, and then connect it so they know how many people are interested in anything. And I said, could you bring that to our town hall so that people could see some of the things you're considering? And they said, sure. I said, like to the annual meeting or to some other event? And they said, sure. But I wanted you to see what it was if you want it. But I thought it was a good idea since it's so close to the town of Cottage Grove. And I see it every time I drive into Madison. So I thought it was worthwhile.
Nice.
So we can add that to the hopper of ideas for the annual meeting. Because when you ask us at an agenda, I'm always
Sure.
like, no idea.
One other thing that came out from the EMS meeting was we discussed the length of service awards like we were talking for the fire department.
Yes.
And anyway, the chief actually came out and recommended we not consider it for the EMS side of things
Really?
because the amount of time that the average, unless you're a paid staffer, is they wouldn't be there long enough to get vested. Okay, so the chief came up with a suggestion that we take the same amount of money that we would have been contributing toward that length of service to be used as just loosely a scholarship of sorts to help some of the volunteers go through paramedic school, to help
Just-
offset tuition and books and
Just on
so.
the EMS side?
Yes, this is on the EMS side. And we suggested that there be some sort of requirement that they stay with us, stay with the service for a period of time after they receive the funds, kind of like, it's not like I'm gonna take your money and as soon as I graduate, I'm gone to somewhere else. And so the chief is looking to kind of flesh out what a program like that would entail, but it wouldn't be any additional, or wouldn't be more money than what we would have been considering for the length of service awards anyway. And this way, he's hoping that that would generate interest, for volunteers because of the fact that, kind of like an enlistment bonus, to get somebody in, start pulling call and go to school at the same time and
But you'd have to add more money to it every year, I presume.
no, it would be, it's kind of sounded like it was gonna be a static amount.
Well, then when it's gone, it's gone.
No. I mean, the length of service awards always is gonna be, the financial requirement will be there every year, just like it is for the fire department, okay? So that same amount of money would be allocated to the EMS, whatever that number turned out to
So
be.
if it was like $500, it would still be $500 every year.
That's what I just basically said.
Yeah, it's,
You'd have to keep adding money to it, or. if
correct,
you
yes.
had 4 or 5 people going,
Yes, correct. And this would not be a full ride type scholarship. That would just be assistance,
a couple $100 or something, or.
Yeah, I don't know we haven't got numbers yet, but I thought that was a good idea personally. Volunteers work more cheaply than full paid staff and whatever we can do to keep it going. I know I would have appreciated something like that back in the day, but, and then, tomorrow night, I'm attending the Villages Law Enforcement Committee or whatever the police commission meeting, because on the agenda is the subject about opening up jointly owned town roads, village roads for the ATV, be like Coffee Town and part of Vilas and whatever these little bits and pieces are. So I'm gonna go to that tomorrow night. And I also, the Dane County Towns Association Exec Committee, which I'm a member of, had a meeting last Wednesday. And Majid Allen was there and discussing about the data farm. I don't know if you've heard about that, read the article in the paper about the town of Vienna or Vienna up by Windsor and DeForest.
A lot of
And
acres.
what's that?
Said it's a lot of acres.
Proposal, or at least initial proposal, 615 acres. And the crazy thing about it is that the town of Vienna, their master plan doesn't really have a commercial district in it. I mean, they just have never been a town that welcomed or, went out to solicit commercial development there. And the thing that that Vienna has going for it is the fact that there is a huge electrical substation from ATC that's at the edge or actually in the township, so they could, get their power that they would need. And then also, apparently, they're gonna be using a closed loop cycle for water cooling as opposed to having high capacity wells like some of the ones that are over in the counties along the lake, where they actually have drawn down the water table to the point where some residences are without water because it's just, it wasn't a closed loop system. So, and the other concern was the fact that noise, because each of these buildings needs this monster electrical or diesel generator for backup power. And
It's a lot of noise.
yeah, it truly is. It truly is. And so the town of Vienna is, from what Majid was saying, they're having a little bit of issue with it from the standpoint that the land that QTC is the name of or QTS, excuse me, wants is like this massive dairy farm right now. And so the dairy farm would be going away. And right now, their master plan, which is currently being finalized, again, does not have any commercial in it to this extent at all. So the village or the town board is wrestling with the fact, do we stop our master plan, the renewal or the doing of their master plan, and consider this proposal from QTS or what? So a lot of unknowns up there.
So that's all one farm?
Yeah,
Holy moly.
yeah.
I wonder how that does
And
for the watershed.
And I understand that the owner of the farm that QTS is looking for is the president of the plan commission.
Oh.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, so there's, as you can imagine, the residents up there are,
So do they lease the land or is it purchased actually?
purchase.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yes,
And
so
how big is this facility? I mean, the building? Or is it
buildings,
Building.
It's 600 acres,
Some of
like
the-
26 buildings or
some of these buildings are almost 1 million square feet.
All just supercomputers.
just big monolithic cubes. You know,
Rows
if
and
you're into
rows
Star
and
Trek,
rows.
remember the Borg
Yep.
cubes, you know, from back then? Yeah, so I'm just extraordinarily happy that we're not having to deal
Oh,
with this
Oh, my
here
gosh.
in
yes.
Cottage Grove. So. And that's,
I have one more thing.
yes,
You all remember we got this information from Kim? And Mike and I signed up to go. It was last Wednesday. And it was, you know, for emergency planning, was my understanding. I thought it would be good.
it was not.
It was not. After we got there, we realized it
In
was
Wanakee?
in Wanakee
Okay.
at the high school
Wasn't
performance.
worth it, huh?
Richard Wood.
No, it
Also
was,
did.
it was all about schools
Yeah.
and
It was really for school people. And so we left at noon because it was not relevant to
Yeah, they
us.
said it was, the first day was
nope, it was
for everybody, and then the next day was for schools.
Right,
no.
but turned out the first day that we were registered for, when it says July 16th and 17th, there had been a day before this. And the only reason I found that out was there were a lot of people there from Abundant Life Christian School. And during one of the breaks, I was out walking, the woman there came. Anyway, she said, yeah, yesterday would have been a better day for you. Yesterday it was, but I said, we thought today was the first day. And she said, no, it was really yesterday. Yeah,
that's too bad.
it was a bummer.
Oh,
So disappointing.
anybody have
Move
anything
adjourn.
else?
Second.
Next item.
I see our big solar
He made it.
farm, they
Oh,
still
did you?
haven't
I
done
did,
the
I'm
ditches,
sorry.
Oh,
huh?
I'm sorry. Didn't
They
speak up
don't cut the
loud.
ditches at all out there?
Yeah.
I almost
City
need,
Madison, no.
Yeah. Well, it's looking pretty crappy. You get your side and then that side, and little difference there.
Yeah.
I move we adjourn.
thank you, Mike. Sir, second.
Second.
Second by Christie. Non-debatable, all those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.